He was with him. It's the game Spitta. Y'all subscribe, like, share the video. If y'all ain't know what's been going on in these internet streets, Maino and Hassan Campbell been going back and forth. Maino been giving Hassan all the smoke he been asking for. Because if y'all ain't been following Hassan over the years, Hassan been having this foot on Maino neck. You know, splash that. And you know, Maino every blue moon will respond, but never really say Hassan name. Now saying his name, he showing YouTube clips. So Hassan was right. These niggas been watching his channel, or they watch his channel, and it also proved that the YouTuber voices is getting too big, or they too big. And when you're not a real top tier artist, and you got a YouTuber like Hassan Campbell coming with facts or just coming with allegations, you got to address it. Because you'll start seeing in your comments on Instagram or wherever you be on, you'll start seeing the same shit he's saying under your comments. And they saying you told. And they saying you let Rod beat up your brother. And they say you ain't getting no straightening with Pretty Black. It was this and that. And they saying you a fair rapper. So now, you know, shit started getting to a brother. And Maino got to address it. You know, because the allegations or it could be the truth. If it ain't the truth, it'll become that because you won't address it. And you ain't big enough to ignore it. You ain't big enough to, Maino ain't no big top tier artist to ignore what Hassan Campbell saying. Nor is Maino a bigger artist on YouTube or social media than Hassan. Well, I'm going to say YouTube. Yeah, I'm going to say YouTube, right? When it comes to being like a podcaster or a blogger or some shit like that. Because he is in Hassan Campbell lane. You understand? Now, Hassan Campbell joked about him being 50 years old, still on stage and performing. And what he was really talking about is the image. Not because he's 50 years old and he performing. It's really because when he look at artists like 50 Cent, artists like Jadakiss, they 50 plus years old or knocking on that door, and when Jadakiss perform, it'll just be him or Styles and Sheek Louch. It ain't gonna be 50 guys. It ain't gonna be no 50 guys. They can rock the show with just them. If it's 50 Cent, it's just Uncle Murder, Tony Yayo, or if Tony Yayo not there, him and Uncle Murder. Ain't gonna be no 50 guys. And then Jadakiss and Wu-Tang members and anybody like they come from that, Nas and them, they not still pushing the street thuggish image, gang banging image like Jim Jones and Maino is. More so Jim Jones, right? This is what Hassan Campbell saying. Now you can look at it like, well, what Maino's supposed to do? If he always been a gangster rapper and he always put out this type of music, Maino know, like everybody else know, you can't switch up and put out and start, rapping like a Will Smith. It ain't gonna work. Your fans gonna turn their back on you, like when they did when Master P tried to clean up his lyrics. We're not gonna buy it. So what a brother supposed to do? Because you got to think, when he rapping, Maino rapping for his age group. He not rapping for the YNs. He not rapping for the 18-year-old, 20, 25-year-old. He rapping for the old niggas his age. So if you can't separate, that this just entertainment, you can't, y'all 50-some years old, late 40s, late 30s, you can't separate him trying to be an entertainer versus, you really going out there copying everything or doing everything he's saying in his songs. That's on you. So, he gonna still talk his talk. He gonna still, rap like how he's supposed to. If 50 Cent was to make a new album, he's still gonna tell you he'll shoot you. He used to hustle. He'll get this done to you. He about this, he about that. If DMX was still alive rapping, he'll still be talking greasy. He a robber. It is what it is. Birdman and them, they still gonna talk their talk. Yeah, so in Maino defense, with all the rock stars and everybody, Kiss, Ozzy Osbourne, Marilyn Manson, all them, they still gonna perform. Manson, he still gonna act like he down with Satan and do all that demonic stuff. Ozzy Osbourne gonna be biting back heads off, and yeah, ain't nothing gonna change because your audience is your audience. So you gotta get his bag. He gotta get his bag. He gotta. If they calling him to do the shows and they say you gotta perform this song, this song, this song, this is what he gotta do. If he got 50 guys that want to follow him and stand behind him, it is what it is. I would tell Maino, hey, just don't go broke. Let these dudes, don't be taking care of all these dudes. They want to come, y'all can come, but hey, I may can get you in. You may have to pay, but yeah, they just holding them down. They're just holding them down. But Hassan Campbell, he looking at it like, why you can't set a better example? You got rappers like AZ, Styles P, all these dudes, Nas. They didn't change their ways, eating better. Don't eat meat no more. Don't think the same no more. Don't act the same. Yeah, if they gotta perform, they're gonna still perform them same hood songs, or they make a mixtape, they still gonna talk they talk. But they're not moving like that. Yeah, they're not moving. They're not showing. They're not going on the block and letting everybody know they outside. And still hanging with active gang members, and they're not doing none of that. If JD kids in the hood, yeah, they just living it up. By the car wash, by the juice bar. That's what Hassan Campbell. That's what I'm thinking. He talking about stuff like that. Why you can't switch up the image? It's the same old, same old. Like the Smack DVD days, the Come Up DVD days. You ain't switch up your image. Same lingo, same everything. So Maino just had it up the hill with Hassan. Like, you keep coming at me, you keep coming at Jim Jones. Now you talking about how I get my money, saying I'm old, saying I'm this and that. Like, Maino probably thinking that he can respond and destroy Hassan Campbell. That's not gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Jumping into Hassan Campbell lane, you probably ain't gonna beat him at that. That's just like if Hassan Campbell come into the rapping lane, he won't beat Maino at that. But the reason why Maino probably gotta address Hassan, or he want to, is because Hassan, he bringing up old war stories that was buried, that people don't bring up on Maino no more. Old skeletons that's in the closet, bringing them bitches back out and have them scratching their head, asking questions like, Pretty Black, him getting his chain snatched, or it fell in his shirt, it swung on him. They saying he told. They saying Maino told. Bringing that back up. Don't nobody talk about Maino telling, or him getting his chain snatched or getting swung on. Don't nobody talk about Rod Diggs whooping his brother in the bathroom and Maino ain't getting no straightening. Ain't no gunplay behind that. Maino knew if he took it there with Rod Diggs, bodies was gonna get dropped. He knew niggas in his entourage was gonna have to step or get stepped on, or he was gonna have to step and get stepped on. So it seemed like how the picture that Hassan Campbell painting with Maino, yeah, Maino may get active. He probably a fight, bust his gun. But when he go against dudes that's more tougher than him or just like him, he don't come out on top. So with Rod Diggs got more bodies. If Maino even got bodies. Pretty Black, he seemed like Pretty Black, a little bit more official. When Maino got cut in jail, so it seemed like when he stepped the guys that's more tougher than him, more rougher than him, or get down just like he get down, Maino don't come out as the warrior, as the gladiator. But if it's Young Bird, like if it was Young Bird calling out Maino for that boxing match, like how Hassan Campbell doing, Maino would have took that for some bread. He would have took that easy. Or he bullied his way, like Hassan, I don't know this for a fact, but Hassan say Maino bullied his way into Jim Jones' life. I remember they used to beef now. I do remember that, but I can't stamp that he bullied his way into Jim Jones' life. Right? But when this dude's like that, because we all know Maino can whoop Jim Jones, or he more tougher than Jim Jones. Come on, man. That's just what it is. When they come to dudes like that, Young Bird, Jim Jones, other guys, Lil C's, shit like that, Maino gonna come out on top. He gonna handle the business. But yeah, going against dudes like Pretty Black, Rod Diggs, the dude who cut him, gave him the $150. Going against somebody like a Gangster Lou, it ain't gonna really go no way. But DMX always said a nigga he'll rather push up on a soft nigga versus going against a dude that's just like him. Nah, he'll rather push up on a soft nigga. Now, if they was the box, right, Maino and Hassan, Maino cannot lose this fight if they was the box. Because now you done got whooped by a YouTuber. Even if you win and Hassan Campbell get a lot of good hits in, he knock you down, or you just won by decision, still that's a lot of backlash. If Hassan Campbell loses, backlash for him too. Because he called him out. You know, so of course when Maino respond, he gonna hit Hassan with the African Bambaataa jokes and all that shit there. That's suspected. Like Hassan gotta know that's always gonna be a topic for whoever he going against. They gonna always throw that in Hassan Campbell's face. But they wouldn't do it to another person that was a victim like that. Because they know their community, they're gonna get banned off Instagram. See, they'll throw the rainbow jacket on Hassan Campbell, but the rainbow community don't back up Hassan Campbell. Because if they did, they must don't think Hassan Campbell a fun boy. Because if they did, Maino and everybody else, they page to be deleted, YouTube to be deleted, they'll be getting crucified, they'll be getting put on Shade Room, all these sites, they'll lose endorsements, all type of shit. Yo, let Maino say that same shit to Saucy Santana. Say Saucy Santana got that done what Africa Bambaataa did to Hassan, or what's that dude that got the funny body? With the messed up teeth, he got his teeth done. Shamar, do that to them and see how your career go. Do that to them. He ain't gonna do that. But Hassan Campbell, since Hassan claimed he a street guy and got bodies and everything, yeah, you can get away with that, and they don't claim him. You can joke. YouTube ain't gonna ban your page or take your page down or suspend you or nothing. You see what I'm saying? So Hassan got to know they always gonna use that against him. Now Hassan make a good point when he say, Maino, when you go to prison or get locked up, it's for robberies and stuff like that. When I go to jail, it's for murders. It's for bodies. So Hassan win that one on that one right there. He win that one. It don't matter what y'all say. You can't have a jacket and yours just got robberies and stuff like that. But he'll say homicide, homicide, homicide. That means it don't matter if he didn't pull a trigger. That means his name tied to bodies. Either he be on the scene multiple times, triple times, or he involved with it. Like he was riding with him, he was in the car, and all that stuff. Sometimes it could be mistaken identity and shit like that. But that's what's on his 3 times back to back. If that's true, then it is what it is on that. Now Maino, Hassan say Maino turned down the boxing match. But Maino saying, let's box. I don't want to use no glove. I want you to feel these knuckles. I want you to feel these knuckles. Hassan saying, but if we do it like that, and hey, one of us may not make it home. Your crew get down just like mine. You know my crew gonna come packing. It just ain't no say right. We still got families. We still got this and that. We got mouths to feed. I got kids. I'm a real daddy. Hassan feel like I'm a real daddy. Man, you got a career. If we do it like this, like what you're saying, in the backyard, it's gonna go left. Let's get the money. Because they could hype it up and get a bag. Of course, Maino will get more. Let's get the money and let's box. Why we can't box? So, I don't know how y'all look at that. Like, because Hassan can say he turned down the boxing fade. And then Maino can say, well, you turned down, let's box behind the house fade. So, it's kind of like Sauce Walker and Go Yayo. Go Yayo want to box for some bags. But Sauce Walker like, I'm not finna turn you up like that. Maino can feel like that too. I'm not finna clout you up like that. We could box behind this building though. And let's see who come out. Let's see who come out on top. I'm not finna turn you up on no boxing event and shit like that. I don't fuck that money. I ain't finna help you out. Now, if you want to scratch, let's scratch behind the building. That's what Sauce Walker telling go, yeah, yo, I ain't finna help you. I don't need that little money. Yeah, I don't want that from that. Like, we can box. Turn yourself up a little bit more. But Hassan can feel like I'm bigger than you. My videos do 100K plus. Yours 20,000, 30,000, 15,000, like that. Then over time it'll grow. But like I say, the thing with Hassan Campbell, he bringing up them old war stories. That's how you looking at Maino like, you really not that tough like how you say you is. Like, you tough sometimes, but against this dude, like, so if you really a real stepper, why you didn't bring gunplay to Raw Diggs when he crushed your brother? I mean, whooped him, knocked him out in the bathroom. Why Pretty Black? Why all the dudes who really tough, why they still alive? Why they ain't been shot up by Maino people? It's just fights or this happened, that happened. And then you got when Troy Ave, when the bullets flew, Maino ran, left his girl in the club and left his shoes in the club. You got that. So when the bullets get to flying, Maino ain't gonna stand right there. He getting about the way, leaving his girl there. That wasn't no good look right there. Now I ain't never disliked Maino. The only thing I ain't never like about Maino, because y'all know I'm a G and a blogger. And I always keep looking at Maino funny about this, is when 50 and Jim Jones was going at each other, and Jim Jones made a diss post about 50 Cent, and Maino gonna like that post. I'm looking like, 50 the same nigga that got you that deal with Atlantic Records. That's the only way I diss Maino, because of that right there. Like, Jim Jones never got you no deal, especially when you wasn't getting no money with him. He got you a major deal with Atlantic Records, but you gonna like a nigga post dissing me? Just stay out of it. Stay out of it. If Jim Jones had beef with your man, your right hand man, and you could control it, and Jim Jones put up a post dissing your right hand man, you wouldn't like the post. So yeah, that wasn't no real nigga shit right there. Besides that though, I ain't knocking Maino how he get his money and what he do and all that shit there. But Hassan Campbell, he do be saying some shit though that how you looking at it like, hold up, yeah, I ain't never look at it like that. Okay, when the bullets fly, you leave your girl, you leave your shoes in the club. When Pretty Black did what he did to you, and your chain fell and it fell in your shirt, if it wasn't for that, he would have had your chain. When Rod Diggs did the shit to you, to your brother, alright. And then when you got cut and shit like that, buddy, you ain't catching a body behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have got your cut back or whatever, or you could have cut him first. I think it was something like that. But he definitely left a big, remember me scar on your face. Now I know Maino a fool with them hoes though. I done heard hoes brag on Maino. Yeah, Maino do his thing with the females. Maino got a good, decent, and Maino ain't no sucker either. I ain't saying Maino no sucker. Maino a gangster. Maino about his, he'll get down. He'll. I'm just saying you do got some questionable things, according to Hassan Campbell. So that's all Hassan Campbell got to do is just keep applying pressure on that, bringing them old stories up, getting Pretty Black doing the interview with him, reaching out to Rod Diggs. Because if Maino addressed that, what Hassan Campbell saying, he say the wrong thing that'll piss off Pretty Black, that'll piss off Rod Diggs, you never know, the beef could get started up again. All because of Hassan Campbell. But who y'all think will win in a boxing match or a fist fight? Hassan Campbell or Maino? Both can have a lot of anger and have their reasons to win. Like, really, put they all into this fight right here. Maino gonna be like, I'm gonna embarrass you. Once I whoop you, your YouTube career done. You'd have been shot on YouTube and got whooped on pay-per-view or behind the house. The Africa Bambaataa thing happened to you. So that's what Maino gonna say. But if Hassan win, Maino career done. He gonna have to be on the radio with Angela Yee and all that shit there. So yeah, man. Who y'all got in this situation right here? They both make good points. You know, when they talk against each other and shit like that. But Hassan got more stories. What Maino be saying about Hassan is what everybody else be saying. So he ain't really saying nothing new, or he just making fun and talking about African Bambaataa. But Hassan seems like he coming with more facts. Like, but this happened to you. This happened to your brother. They saying you told. Everybody always gonna say African Bambaataa situation, which he the one who told everybody about it. But when Hassan Campbell talk, he talking about this situation. Why Maino not saying, hey, this dude did this dude knocked you out, Hassan Campbell, you ain't do nothing. This dude, took your chain. This dude, he used to hold you. He used to extort you. Why you ain't got, where's these stories at? On Hassan Campbell. We know about the African Bambaataa, we okay. But where's the other stories where Hassan Campbell was a victim, getting punched down on, getting robbed, getting handled, fucked over, and shit like that? Besides the obvious with African Bambaataa that everybody be saying. It's supposed to be other stories than that. It need to be, nigga used to run in Hassan Campbell pockets. Nigga used to, whoop him. Nigga used to, run him off the block. Where are these stories at? So if I don't ever hear these stories from all these dudes that be dissing them, I don't know. It could be a lot of truth to what Hassan Campbell be saying when he say he was poppy and shit like that. Because if he was around all these gangsters, B.O. and all that stuff, he need to have some stories where a nigga ran in his mouth, whooped him, ran him off the block, robbing him. He been talking heavy a long time on the internet. You see what I'm saying? But when he talk about Maino, it's Pretty Black, it's Rod Diggs, it's the jail incident, it's the Troy Ave incident, it's whatever else. So, yeah, man, I don't know. What y'all think? Maybe y'all know some shit I don't know. Y'all drop no comments. Y'all let it be known. It could be some shit I don't know. But, yeah, man, like I say, who y'all got in this? Who y'all siding with? Who y'all rocking with? Do Hassan Campbell got a point with Maino? Nigga, you 50 plus years old. You still got 50 dudes behind you. You still pushing this same image. Music trash. Now, Maino got a decent Spotify for his age. Almost 1 million Spotify listeners. About 850-something thousand plus. Probably got like 5 songs over 1 million. Over 1 million views. Million plus. You know, he do his shows. He on the radio. Yeah. Stay out of the way. He stay out of jail. He stay in shape. Getting a little stomach on him, but he can lose that. Ain't nothing. And Hassan Campbell also got a strong point that he said about Maino on this video that I seen. Maino, how you gonna call out Hassan for Africa Bambaataa when you take up for Diddy and you hang with Diddy, when you got all these men that's coming out saying Diddy did this to him, Diddy did that to him. You had a man testify in front of the judge and won the lawsuit that Diddy gave him an STD, saying that Ross, Spicy, and Khaled. You got Chopper from the band saying he seen Diddy tongue kissing a man, a white man, and holding his mushroom tip. Like, it's so many different stories. The Usher story, like, stories about him and French Montana. It's just a lot of shit, man. Him and Meek Mill. And you still taking up for him. You still go to the party. You still rock with him, do business with him. So you picking and choosing. Don't act like you totally against that. Because there's plenty of stories, spicy stories on Diddy, and you still, not only do you hang with him, you take up for him, get mad too. So, like, nah, like, you can't, if you're going to be against that, be like that for everything. Just because Diddy parties or his relationship beneficial to you, you'll rock with that. You'll turn the left cheek because he can help your music career out or give you a liquor deal or just the parties alone. That's enough. Him acknowledging you, that's enough. So, yeah, that's mighty strange right there. So Hassan win on that one right there. So you'll have to whoop Hassan Campbell in a boxing match or fist fight. That's the only way you're going to come out on top because Hassan, he winning as far as like the internet. It's too much he's saying. It seems like it's true. We know the Diddy thing you taking up for him true. The Pretty Black, the raw digs, the situation with Troy had when you running. Come on, man. Then you already turned down the boxing fade, if that's true. So yeah, man, it ain't looking good as far as like on the internet. Because it seemed like Hassan coming with more facts. You coming with more jokey, like making jokes. But Hassan, he coming with who, when, where. This happened to you at this spot. Then you got the jail story. Then he's saying snitching and shit like that. Like, so hey, man. Y'all let it be known, man. Y'all share the video. Hit that like button. Y'all want to follow me on IG, _gang_spitter. You want to donate to the channel, $$gang spitter 704. He was with him. Gone.